Hello, Aftermath Gaming. My name is ShadyGuy999, and I am your guest of the week, bringing you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords gameplay and my personal review of it. So before I begin, the owners of this channel wanted me to talk about what I thought of their channel, what this channel's about. Well, I looked around their channel and they have quite a bit of stuff on it. You know, they have Toy Stories, Star Wars, racing games. I noticed they have a couple, a tech review on there, a couple short messages that they uploaded recently. They upload pretty much daily. I find this channel is a little similar to Machinima, but the only difference is that Machinima is very, very competitive, especially in this YouTube economy, as I am still calling this right now. This channel, since it's still growing in popularity, it gives a small man a chance to upload and show off what he can do. And I would personally like to thank the owners of this channel, who happens to be Zacrest, who I met months ago. He offered to make me a background graphic for my channel. I said no, but I kind of wish I said yes, because it actually led to my friend Alex May, who happens to be the guest of the week previously. I think guest number 10 or number 10, I believe. Well, it led to Zacrest asking Alex May to be on the channel. How I ended up being the guest of the week? I just asked. I told them I will produce the highest quality content as I possibly can, and well, they gave me the chance. So I'd like to thank them for, giving me a chance to post some of my content on their channel. So that's what I think of the Aftermath Gaming. Due to spoilers, I will not tell you the entire storyline of the game, because, well, nobody likes spoilers, right? So the game starts off like this. You're an ex-Jedi. You wake up in a random mining facility for no real clear reason until you find out later. Oh, and you're in your underwear, by the way.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here?
As you're looking for ways to escape from the station, you meet an old woman who somehow knows you're an ex-Jedi.
I am Claire, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine.
A scoundrel that you meet in his jail cell.
Atton Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
As you are continuing to find ways to get off the station, you find out that everyone was killed by a bunch of droids gone completely mad, who are all reprogrammed by another droid that wants to protect you, but at the end tries to kill you in order to try to protect you. Droidception. Then the next thing you know, this Republic ship that you were serving on somehow docks with the station with everyone dead on it. You find out that everyone was killed by a bunch of Sith assassins. Then you meet a Sith Lord who can never be killed, technically, chops off Krea's hand. As you escape to your own ship, the Ebon Hawk, as you escape, you blow up the entire mining facility because of the Sith Lord. As you're heading towards the nearest planet, you suddenly decide to go to war with the Sith. Now, depending on the storyline, you have two possible outcomes. The storyline is affected by your actions. I believe you're all familiar with the classic light side and the dark side of the Star Wars stories. I won't tell you all the endings, but the storyline is affected by the path that you choose as either a Jedi or a Sith. And that is affected by one major thing that this game is completely centered on: dialogues. Dialogues after dialogues after dialogues after dialogues. There's so many dialogues that some actually range on for 10 minutes. Several dialogues will come right after one after the other. The dialogues work like this. Someone starts talking, you choose a response. Depending on how you choose that response, it'll affect either you go to the light side of the spectrum or the dark side of the spectrum. Now, the light side and the dark side does affect combat, but I'll get into that later. By choosing the light side over the dark side, it will ultimately affect an ending. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the endings are due to spoilers again, so yeah, that's how this storyline works. And yes, I left out a ton of stuff in it, but there's so much to cover, it's going to take a good... it's going to take too long for me to cover everything, so... Yeah, this has to be a short video too, so... Alright, so this is live commentary. I was just doing post-commentary about back there. So let's just show you what combat is like, how combat works. So you have three options, or you have a fourth option down here. Down here is just what your party members will do. It's range, stationary, Jedi support, if you have Jedi in your team. And that's just what party members do. These are on the field force selections. I don't have very many set up right now. It's a bad example, but the best one you're going to use a lot is healing. There's some Aruas, some shields, I guess. Anyway, so regular attack, depending on what kind of weapon you have. You have melee attacks. This is a critical strike, this is a flittery, power attack, and this is your long-range counterparts. This is a improved power blast. Power blast, I have the other three. You can upgrade your regular attacks up to a third point, same thing with force powers or second points or whatever. Rapid shot, the equivalent of fluttery. Sniper shot, I guess it's the equivalent of critical hit shot or attack, a regular attack. Force powers, these depend on a lot of things. You have to be a Jedi, obviously, and there are a lot of them. There's so much to cover. Some infect droids, some infect humans or regular creatures. Well, that little example of combat. So let's just attack this droid real quick. Let's have a little fun here then. Try to give examples of all of the types of powers here. So I'm not doing a very good job. Okay, so let's just switch weapons. My microphone is in my way of the screen now, right? Little example of just fluttery. Example of power attack. This is not as very accurate. It's the same thing with fluttery. There's 3 attacks in one, but you know it's not very accurate. Critical hits will try to hit the opponent's critical spot, but you know it's not working very well. And I'm losing, right? I'm definitely lose. God, not stupid. Die! Hey, you! I'm talking to you! Die! Well, you just die. Hey. Oh, look, my character can level up now. One of them anyway. Let's keep my party healed up. Sometimes, well, it's not here, but if you kill an enemy, sometimes there are, you have remains where you can just, you know, sometimes you drop something in, kind of like Pokemon or not Pokemon, kind of like Earthbound. You know, you can sometimes like gain. Sometimes enemies drop things. You know, but no, stupid mine.
Time to take you down to size.
I know. Take me down to size. Take this guy down to size.
More where that came from.
There's oh shit! Oh look! Oh, I forgot to explain grenades. I'll show you what a grenade is like. There are multiple kinds of grenades. There are poison grenades, plasma grenades, frag grenades, and there are thermal detonators. And there are also ion grenades for like droids and such. You know, there's a lot. And there's sonic detonators. They're called sonic damage. That ignores shields, I think. And yeah, that was it. A frag grenade. I only have one, I guess. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't want to give too many spoilers away. So yeah, that was just the gameplay or example of what it's like to play this game, its combat, its dialogues, whatever, you know. Anyway, back to the post-commentary. So some personal comments I have to say on this game itself. It's a great game overall. If you were to play the first game and the second game in a row, you'll find that the first game is more, I don't know, Star Wars-like. You know, it's has more of a Star Wars feel. The second game is really dark. It has a lot of like dark cutscenes, dialogues, but it has its humorous moments so to lighten everything up. So one thing I found interesting about this game is that there is actually much more to the game itself. Like one thing I found quite interesting about this game is that there was actually more content intended to be put into the game than the original release. Someone created a mod called the Restored Contents mod. I'm not really sure all about all the details that are a part of it because, well, I'm no programming expert, so. But I do know that there was a ton of stuff that was cut out of the game to save time. LucasArts, the owner of the Star Wars franchise, rushed Obsidian to finish up the game's development by a certain date. Due to that, a lot of stuff was cut out of the intended product. I understand some of the stuff that they cut out, you know, like some unnecessary dialogues, well, the game programmers cut out, but some of the stuff actually made sense. I mean, some of some of the stuff actually filled some holes in the story. So there were entire missions that they were cut out. I mean, some of the stuff was just made sense. I don't know why they would remove some of the stuff. I mean, there's one dialogue that made so much sense to me. I am quite shocked as to why it was cut out. The mod is still it's a little glitchy, but I ran into a little serious error with it, although I'm not really sure if I had the most up-to-date version at the time, so I don't know. Overall, it's a great game. I love the storyline. Yes, it's still a Star Wars game, has a Star Wars feel to it, but it has a completely original storyline. The paths you can choose, to be the light side or the dark side, the dialogues, they have such depth to them. I mean, there's so much depth to this game. There's so much depth in the storyline of this game that it's more of a storyline-based game than a combat game, really. And yet, at the same time, it still retains the Star Wars culture, these same Star Wars aliens, or the ships, or the combat. It retains the Jedi culture that this entire franchise is based upon. I mean, if LucasArts didn't rush Obsidian Arts, it could have been a much better game. It had so much potential, and because of how it was rushed, it just made a bunch of holes in the storyline. It's not as popular as it should have been. You know what I mean. So in a few months, when I'm done with my current projects, I will be doing a full-length Let's Play of this game. Thank you TheAfterMathGaming for having me on the channel as your guest of the week, and I hope you all have a nice day, and thanks for watching.